Welcome to Bed Crime Stories Podcast. I'm your host, T, and if true crime is your jam, and like me, you enjoy delving into unsolved cases, trying to figure out who done it, please consider subscribing, and please do me a favor right now, hit that like button. Much appreciated. Good afternoon, good evening, good tidings to you wherever you are. I felt the need to do a part 2 to my earlier video of today. There's more info from Benny to share. Let me break it down for you in the simplest terms possible. The saga about Don Wells' phone continues. Despite Summer's mother, Candace Bly, talking to Benny Keys about Don's latest iPhone on a recorded call that Benny played, Candace told her new YouTube bestie, Ernest Shell, yesterday on his channel that she has no clue about this particular phone. She's basically denying that she knows anything about the phone that Don apparently handed over to Tim Mullins when he was headed into the courthouse/jail. So this entire conversation is not about Don's previous phone. It's apparently about a new iPhone that I believe he got after Summer went missing. I'm thinking that Don's, let's call it the original phone, was likely taken into custody, and this is the new phone that maybe he purchased at that point. Note that in Benny's recorded call with Candace can be heard saying that Tim Mullins downloaded the data off Don's phone, and she says she's upset with Tim for doing that. She explicitly tells Benny that she's not going to give them Donnie's phone, and she won't dip into Donnie's business because she wants to respect his privacy. I think her use of the word them there refers to law enforcement, that she's not going to give them the phone. Really, Candace? You don't want to know what's in your husband's phone when it might have information related to Summer's disappearance? Why don't you ever do the right thing by Summer? Why? According to Benny, Candace has Don's new iPhone in a plastic bag on a shelf in her house at 110 Ben Hill Road right now. Benny even dials the phone midway through the video, and lo and behold, the phone rings. Personally, I'm not sure why law enforcement doesn't just go there right now and confiscate the phone. Can't they get a search warrant for that? Now, as far as why Benny has outed himself as an undercover spy working for the side of good, yesterday he said it was because Candace was lying to him. Today, however, Benny talked about a certain person named Chris who allegedly texted Benny to tell him that he could be charged with unlawful surveillance for having put up cameras with voice activation at the Wells property. I'm thinking this Chris is likely the one and only Chris McDonough of the interview room, but I'm not 100% sure. To me, it sounds like Benny's worried that he could land himself in trouble with the police, and that's why he's now on this journey to convince Candace and Tim to give Don's phone and phone data over to the police. Benny's unmasking now, at least to me, has the scent of save one's ass to it. You dig what I'm saying? One thing I discovered I like about Benny in watching his videos is this. 2 words. His mother. Mama Keys clearly loves her son, is supportive of him, and loves to sing his praises, as any decent mother would, right? Now, in Benny's video, he was even showing his phone and the text messages to prove that this Chris had contacted him. Now, about those cameras. Apparently, Benny spent $450 on cameras that were put up at Don and Candace's home. Those cameras were later taken down by someone and locked up. Benny was a tad miffed about all of this because of how much the cameras cost him. It's unclear exactly who took the cameras down and why. Personally, I'm thinking it may have been law enforcement to protect the investigation. Chris also allegedly told Benny that he's getting worried that some people are now compromising the investigation and hindering the case. Chris mentioned that someone accessed Don's iPhone to download its data. He also mentioned that Benny asking for Candace's and her children's birth certificates and times of birth is problematic. Apparently, Benny really did ask Candace for this information because, according to him, he knows a lady who works with astrology and she was going to do something with the information. Here's what I want to say. If any of these people wreck law enforcement's ability to get justice for Summer, it will be yet another injustice inflicted on this child. Knock it off. Toward the end of the recorded call, Benny asks Candace if a bill is going to be paid. Candace says she doesn't have the money. Benny asks how much the bill is. Candace says she'll call him and let him know. She later mentions something about $130. I'm wondering if now that Candace has her own YouTube channel, if people are funneling cash her way so that her financial straits are today much better than they were when this call was recorded. This is going to sound rude, but I'm going to say it anyways. She seems to have enough money to buy beer or black velvet whiskey because she always sounds loaded when she appears in lives. Just saying, if you can afford that, Candace also tells Benny on the recorded call that she no longer trusts Tim Mullins and that she's basically trying to stay away from everyone at this point. I would suggest to Candace that if that's her stance, then she should stop communicating with Ernie Shell. I'm sorry, but that guy has the word trouble tattooed all over him. Good advice for all of us. Stay away from trouble. At the first sniff of trouble, run thee in the other direction. Tim Mullins is also on a recorded call. Benny expresses to him that he thinks Sheriff Ronnie Lawson should call him, Benny, to find out what he knows. Tim says he thinks that he and Benny are basically unimportant to Lawson. Tim tries to tell Benny that law enforcement is likely focused on the case and they don't have time to chase down YouTubers to chat. I have to agree with Tim on this one. All the way through Benny's video, he keeps playing Ernie Shell, recorded talking about a magical phone that Candace says doesn't exist and that she has no clue about. It's actually annoying to have to keep hearing Ernie's voice over and over and over. I'm going to end it here. Fingers crossed, no more crazy crap goes down with this case. I wish that everyone would think about Summer. Let Summer be your North Star. Only Summer. She's the victim, and she's the only one who matters. Until the next time on Bedcrime Stories.